Well, howdy folks, Stan the Human here, and I have the most awesome story to tell you. So first of all, surprise, surprise, I had a great customer service experience today. I actually called Bulletproof Coffee because I wanted to talk to, get a hold of Dave Asprey to have him help us with something here in the mission product that we're developing. But met the most incredibly, I don't know how to describe it. It's like when you're around someone whose energy just comes through the phone, that positivity thing. Well, it was that. And this lady, she's in Utah. And so I made this comment about how, I told a friend of mine the story, my Utah story, the other day, and I really needed to make a video about that, and ended up telling her the story. And it really meant a lot from her, for a lot to her, because she had come to Utah from California. And let me tell you, it's two completely different atmospheres as far as helping each other. And in Utah, especially in the Salt Lake City area, Provo, you have people who really take care of each other. And I literally owe my life to one of them. And what happened was, years ago I was traveling and I left Salt Lake City heading west, and we were going across the Salt Lake, and there had been a blizzard, and I've really never seen anything like it. It was white as far as you could see in all directions, and there was no horizon. It just went up over, and became the sky, bright white, all of it. And then there were these two black lines right down the middle of it that were this highway. Now, as I approached the water, there's this sign that says, next gas, 120 miles. Now, I've got like 7/8 of a tank, and I'm in a 1985 Camry, Toyota Camry. 120 miles, nothing, right? Well, except when it's blizzard cold. Now, first I have to explain that I had a friend in the car with me who'd never been west of Mississippi. We had started this trip in North Carolina. And this is a guy who, he's one of my friends who has, like me, gone through the brain injury thing. His was really severe, scar across the skull, surgery, all this sort of stuff. And when he woke up, he couldn't even remember who his mother was, his girlfriend. They put his guitar in his hand and he was able to play. That's what brought him back. Now, he'd been awake for about 8 years. And so even though he was this super talented, Bukowski-like writer, emotionally, he was a third grader. Okay. And we left North Carolina and he didn't have his cat. Now, this cat was to him what, we talk about, therapy animals and stuff now. This was before we really, that was prevalent. But his emotional security, if it got threatened, he could go to that cat. Well, he didn't have this cat on this trip. And his one fear on this entire trip was he didn't want us to ever run out of gas. Okay, so 120 miles to next gas, 7/8 of a tank, in a Toyota Camry. Should be no problem. Well, I'm driving, and it was so cold that I had to slow down on a highway just so that the temperature gauge on the engine would go above C. I mean, this thing was chilling, and I was literally just watching the gas gauge move. I could literally see it moving as I was driving, right? That's how cold this was and how much energy was being used up by the engine, just staying warm, much less traveling. And what do you know? 10 miles to go. I'm on the side of the road, out of gas. So I say to my friend, be calm, everything's cool. I've got the flashers on here, just relax, I'll be right back. And I grabbed the red gas can that I had always with me in the SUV, in the Camry also. But I grabbed it from the trunk real quick, and and I put my thumb out, and second car picked me up, got in, drove up, and do you need anything? No, I'm fine. I got everything fine. They dropped me off at the gas station. They kept going. So I walk up to the gas pump, and well, I didn't have my wallet. My wallet was back on the dashboard of the car. Anyway, so I have change in my pocket, so I'm going to be good. It's just a red gas can. It's just to get me back to the gas station. My plan is I'm going to, just, fill this thing up and catch a thumb back, and then walk across to my car and fill it up and come back, right? No problem, right? Normal thing when you run out of gas. Well, I go into this gas station and I'm at the short end of a really long counter, and I'm pulling change out of my pocket and I'm putting it on the counter so I can count it. I've got the red can up there, and this guy way at the other end goes, "Hey, you're the guy who's out of gas?" And I went, "Yeah." I go, "Oh, come down here." I'm like, okay, and I take my shirt, and I remember I put all the change into my shirt. I'm carrying my shirt with the gas can because I didn't want to try to put all that back in my pocket. And I get down there to that end, and the guy he comes out from behind the counter, and he's like, "Hey, so and so will be back here. Will be here in just a second." And he goes out the door, and I'm just standing there, holding my change in my gas can. And I have like no idea what's going on or what the hell he's talking about or how in the hell he knew, other than the red gas can, that I'm the guy that's out of gas. Very strange, right? Anyway, so this guy comes in and he goes, "Oh, hey, man, yeah, come on with me, yeah. We're going to take that truck over there. I just got to go in here and tell my wife goodbye. Here, come meet her," right? And I'm like, "Well, I haven't gotten the gas yet." Or I was like, wait, you're giving me a ride back? And he's like, yeah, of course. And I'm like, "Well, I haven't put gas in my can yet." And he goes, oh, don't worry about that. You see the truck? I got plenty of gas in the back of the truck. You're good. He had this giant gas tank on the back of this truck. And we go, and there's this construction trailer back there behind this gas station. And it's one of those one-room things with like the little kitchen area, and because it's an office, it's a construction office, and there's like a blanket and a crib and a mother and a baby, and he introduces me to his wife, and they're living in this construction trailer. Okay, glad they have a roof over their head, or maybe she's here with him during the day. I'm not really sure. So we get in the truck and we drive. And I told him that my plan was, I was just going to have someone drive me off. I was going to walk across the median. He goes, "Well, it's a good thing I'm taking you." And he drives, down 7 miles, comes back up, on the U-turn. And he said, and explains to me that the salt in the Salt Lake during the winter is like quicksand. If I had somebody drop me off there with that gas can full, who didn't know this, and I tried to walk across to the other highway, side of the highway where my car is, through that median between the two, different directional lanes, I would have sunk up to my waist, and I would have, if they got me out in time, I would most assuredly have lost my legs. And I'm like, wow, you just, you saved my life here. You're not just saving me on the highway here. And he puts 10 gallons in my tank. He won't take a friggin' penny from me. And he started to pull away, and I have to stop him because I realized my friend decided he wanted to listen to the radio. It would calm him down. And the flashers weren't enough. He turned on the headlights. And, so I had no battery. And so this guy also gives me a charge and drives on. And then, I get in the car and I go to the gas station to fill up. Now, I find out that the story here is that 4 years earlier, this couple living in their car had pulled into that gas station and their transmission had died. And the owner of the gas station took them to this construction trailer that he had provided for these people who were doing some work on his property, he kicked them out. And he put this man and woman in this trailer with their kid. And I guess they had an older one too, because I remember him saying they had children, more than one, whatever, with them in that car. And this owner put this man to work, gave him this truck with this big gas tank on it. And this guy's entire job was to go out and save people's lives on this highway. Now, remember I said that the second car picked me up. So I'm figuring that the first car didn't pick me up because they knew that they could just go to this gas station 10 miles ahead and that they would come get me. But I got in the next car and Beat was there before they came to get me. Now, that's an incredible service. The entire expenses for that service, not provided by the state, but provided by a citizen for his fellow citizens, it's all out of the hand of the guy who owns the gas station. He gives these people a place to live, he gives them money, and he gives them a mission that is vital, that saves people's lives. And that was his answer to your car transmission died in my gas station. Not get that crap off my property, call AAA, don't bother me, you're commerce. No. This situation needs a solution. It's within his margin of error, capital-wise, and it's within his heart, creative-wise. This country needs more of that. I don't know this gas station owner. I no longer have in my head, because it was pre-brain injury for me, the name of the guy who saved my life. I don't know if he's still there. I just know that if you're in Salt Lake and you're headed out west, stop at that gas station. Give them your business and tell them I said thank you. And that I'll never stop saying thank you. But anyway, so I hope this story tells you things that I don't have to point out for you this time. I'm Sam the Human. I love you. I'm out of here.